game, other places. Amorim lost his first game at the Old Trafford that he lost that game against Nottingham Forest. We are going to be discussing all that on the show. For Arsenal, they lost, dropped 2 points again in the title race. It's going to be hard for Arteta and his boys to wrestle that league or fight for that league this season, but they are dropping points everywhere, especially when they go on the road. So let's see if they are going to probably get back to the title race, because they are dropping points and they are losing, and the title is slipping away from them. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin, and I'm here with the A team to discuss the Premier League. It happened throughout the weekend. Goes everywhere. Goes everywhere in the Premier League. Even in other leagues, we are going to discuss some of them again today. Good morning, guys. Good morning, John. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Good morning, dear listener. Welcome to the show. What an amazing weekend we had here. Lots of goals, lots of drama. Just the way we like it.
Good morning, Nonso. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning. The weekend was fun, but some sad news came out the weekend. My number one striker had a car crash. That's not what you were thinking. So he's going to be off for today's game against Wolverhampton Wanderers. I hope we get the goals without him.
Anthony had a crash, I think on Friday or so, on Saturday, but he survived it. He's gone through operations, but he's well, and let's see how long it will take him to recover. So we wish him all the best. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. We are live now on YouTube. You can join us, drop your comments. I will be reading your comments live here in the studio. And also, you can join us on our social media platform, other social media platform. On Facebook, it's Vote FM Sports. On Twitter, it's Vote FM Sports. On Instagram, it's Vote FM Sports. You can go there, follow us, drop your comments on any of our posts. I'll be replying you there. Also, okay, let's dive into the Premier League, because the Premier League happened. A whole lot of goals happened throughout the weekends, goals everywhere. I'll give you the results, then we'll talk about some of those games. The first game is Everton versus Liverpool. That game was postponed because of bad weather. The authorities had to tell the fans or tell everybody that that game cannot hold because of the weather situation around that side of England. So that game has been postponed until further notice. We don't know when, so they had to fix it. The problem is that the fixtures is congested. Yeah, everywhere is football, especially in December. So they had to find a way, find a day. Maybe I think from next year where they can actually fit in.
Probably February.
Yeah, where they can fit in this game. So it's going to be more games for Liverpool next year. But that game was postponed. So other result is Brentford 4, Newcastle 2, Aston Villa 1, Southampton 0. Southampton are going down, obviously. The other games happened on Saturday is Crystal Palace 2, Manchester City 2. Pep Guardiola is still dropping points. We thought that probably they are back, but they are still dropping points. Manchester United 2, Nottingham Forest 3. I'm worried that they laugh. On Sunday is Fulham 1, Arsenal 1, Leicester City 2, Brighton 2, Ipswich Town 1, Bournemouth 2. Then the biggest game of the weekend is Tottenham Hotspur 3, Chelsea 4. So that game was a 7-goal thriller. So we're going to talk about that game, but let's start with the Saturday games. Okay, let's move. Let's talk about Saturday games, because on Saturday it was a very, very, very whole lot of games everywhere. So if you look at it, do you think? Let's start with the first one. Brentford scoring 4 against Newcastle. Newcastle are a team that I can't explain them. They do well this week. They don't do well. Even they scored 3. They scored 3 against Liverpool and got a point. Then they went away to Brentford and considered 4. I think that this year, I don't know if it's because of their injuries in their defense or not, but this season they have been conceding a whole lot of goals. But that game, good game, 4 goals to 2.
Yeah,
well, good game. If you have seen that game, you know that Newcastle, I think they lack some the edge in attack, or perhaps they lack that cohesion in midfield that produces the results up front in front of goal. They lack all those cohesion in midfield, all those connections. When we talk about what's it called, telepathic connections between players. I think they're beginning to lack them. Defense, the opposition are beginning to know how to hurt that connections between those midfield connections to attack, and it's a problem for them. Now we said it's injuries and all of that. They still have good defenders. I'm not going to fault it to injuries in defense. I'm just going to fault it to the creativity in midfield. Almiron, we know he's not giving up those numbers. We used to see him give up before. The game, Bruno Guimaraes is not putting up those numbers. Jonito is maybe lost in the action of some of these days. And you ask yourself, what are they doing forward? And you play an Isak up front as a top nine. Before it used to be Isak from the flanks, while Anthony was on the bench, Anthony Gordon, but now Isak on the top nine position, and you can't supply him passes. It becomes people. There's not a question mark in that conversation. Why Isak will be your top nine, why the Callum Wilsons and all of them would be on the bench, and you can't supply the Isak that is supposed to be your top nine passes. He has to come back to midfield, drag through the flanks, just like something that's happening to Kylian Mbappe at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Drag through the flanks and get himself a goal. Same thing with Amiron, drag through the flanks, drag through the wingers and wing positions and get himself a goal. It's not supposed to be so. You're supposed to give him supply. And as it stands now, he's up front, he's bereft of supply.
Okay, that game. Let's move on to the next game. Is John, Southampton, they are going down obviously because they lost again against Aston Villa. I don't know what is happening. Southampton, they came up and everybody was thinking, okay, they are going to do something for us this season, but back to back losses everywhere. Like everywhere you thought, at least everybody is going to be praying, let us miss Southampton now and collect our own 3 points. Aston Villa went there and they went to Aston Villa and they collected their own 3 points. They are sharing 3 points to everybody. So make everybody go rush and collect their own 3 points.
Home or away.
No man away. Just go and collect your own 3 points against Southampton. So they lost again.
Yeah, it's crazy, for a side that used to be a 10th to 14th position in the Premier League consistently. They've never finished above 10th so far as I can remember. For a side that good to go to relegation, come back from relegation, and they are not even in the running to stay up this season is astonishing. There is a difference between having a poor start and then having a poor run. And they're on a poor run of games. They've lost a couple of games. They concede a couple of goals. And there's no connectivity in the side. So I don't know how they are going to turn it around, because currently they are sitting on just 5 points in 14 games.
Imagine 4 points,
which is
5 points.
Yes.
You know what pay me for this game? You start your game with 5 defenders, 2 defense. No. Let me call it the way it is. Kyle Walker-Peters, Manning, Wood, Harold, James Breen. Flynn Downs is a defensive midfielder. Tyler Dublin is a defensive midfielder. You start your game with 5 defenders, 2 defensive midfielder, 1 center midfielder, and 2 attackers. How do you want to get past your own half? That's the big question. How do you, with this lineup now, how do you want to get past your own halfway line? It becomes a problem. Maybe you send a long ball, Archer gets it up front and runs into a break of defense.
Who's up front for them, though?
It's only Archer, and Archer does not have the pace. Like you say, other people with pace. Archer does not have the pace. Then in the second half, I think immediately second half started, he brought in another striker. He brought in a Joe Aribo. Joe Aribo is not on top form. Look for somebody else. There are people on that bench that could do better than Joe Aribo. I'm not saying this because of, if you're not good, you're not good. If you're not on form, you're not on form. He's a Nigerian brother. I like the way he plays. I like his spirit. But in recent years, we've not seen him put up those numbers the way he did before he came down to, the way he did in Scotland, the way he did in the first season in what's it called, Southampton. He was putting up numbers, but now he's just like one of those players that are just marking attendance in the club.
Well, good results for Emery, because he has not been getting results. Results have not been favoring him recent times.
Yeah.
His own results is on and off like Nepal.
Yes, but you will not blame him though. But they got all the 3 points against Southampton. Southampton are the Father Christmas of the Premier League this season. They are sharing all 3 points. So if you reach out, and it's Durant that scored the goal. So good result for John Durant. Good result for Aston Villa. But let's move on to the one I want to enter, the one I want to dive into. Okay, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FN Sports. So let me read one comment about this Southampton, because they are actually going to go down whether they like it or not. But I'm not even praying for them. But 5 points after 15 games or 14 games.
It's terrible though.
It's terrible. Emmanuel, welcome to the show. Emmanuel Okiti is saying Southampton just came to waste space, get reserve players from the top club and give them game time. You are playing average players with poor manager. So it's very, very poor.
What Martin Russell has done well, please.
But 5 points, I think for me, they should sack him. Okay, Emmanuel is also saying, what do you expect when a goalkeeper is your biggest player? That is Ramsdale. Ramsdale is their biggest player.
Ramsdale is not available.
Ramsdale is not available.
not available.
He's
Those
injured.
Joe Aribo is their biggest player, please.
Aribo waiting.
There's Adam, what's it called? Armstrong.
There's Lalana is injured.
Okay, he's injured too.
Bednarek is injured.
I think when all of them comes by Lalana, Lalana is old now too, but when all of them
if
comes
you look
back,
at the squad list, you know they have quality players on the bench. But this man is just scared of playing the players.
I think he should just switch from this is five defenders
just play attacking football.
Yeah.
Go for it. If you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. Okay, let's move on to the Man City game. Man City dropped 2 points again. They went away to Crystal Palace and they dropped 2 points. What do you make of that? I think that this particular, you cannot do 5 in a row, John. It's not even possible again. This league is
let's have this conversation after our 14-win streak.
Come on.
Let's have this conversation
John,
after our 14-win streak in January.
After the 14-win streak from January till March, we agree. Man City can do the 14-win streak. Then other people call the clap hand for you. Don't know. Forget say teams don't wake up.
Like I said.
You're waiting to do your 14-win streak in January. Liverpool is playing unbeaten in December and January as well. So by the time you wake up at the ending of January, Liverpool is like 15 points ahead of you.
See, I'm not scared of Liverpool. They can have 11 points over me. I'm not scared. Once we pick up form, they are going to drop. Like I said, I've been saying it for the past 3 weeks that Liverpool owe me points, and those points will come.
I said it.
I called it 2-3 weeks ago that Liverpool
they owe you
points.
And
simple.
They've not lost the game.
Just allow that thing sink in because they dropped a couple of points.
Definitely. See, there's nothing you're saying. There's nothing you're saying. They owe you point. Everything for Premier League they owe person point. One way you don't know everything for Premier League. Everything for Premier, as na Premier League, no be La Liga. Everything for this Premier League they owe person point. Chelsea don't they collect points one by one. Now almost something I used to collect from them yesterday. Before them, they share points to top league leaders. They shared with they gave Liverpool 3 points. They gave Man City 3 points. They share 1 point with Arsenal. They almost share 1 point with Tottenham last night. If you look at so everything for Premier League they owe person point. Bournemouth the other day collect points from Man City. Nobody say Man City informed. They collect points from Man City. They go somewhere else. They collect points. Even last night they collected points from Ipswich Town. Tottenham Hotspur on the same point collected dash Ipswich Town 3 points. So everything for Premier as long as Premier League is concerned, every team they owe person point. You get so Liverpool. We know say Liverpool. Some people they owe some people points. You get and that people now they never meet them. Maybe in a second leg Man U, maybe in a Man City. We never know, but they will still get the result they got. It's just about their performance so far. I no go follow for Badbele FC. If you win match, I praise you. If you no win match, I tell you say you no try.
Okay, well, John is
because if you're on Badbele FC,
for me, you know, irrespective of what Liverpool are doing, I'm only concerned about City.
Yes, that's
just the way it is.
But I like the way I like the way you are actually hoping in this your 14 game streak. Okay, if you look at our YouTube, Emmanuel is saying, okay, John, the issue is you are running your 14 assuming winning streaks. Others will be watching. Okay, some to welcome to the show. He said they say nothing is cast on stone, but starting going back to the championship is cast on stone.
It's not cast on rock.
It's cast on. He said starting going back to championship is cast on rocks. So
it's cast on rocks, please. It's not stone anymore.
Chigozie, I think Chigozie is our Chigozie is a new person here on our YouTube. Chigozie Alexander, welcome to the show. And he says, "Sup guys, this is Alex from Maryland. Okay, I have been listening to you for a very long time now. Okay, but I have not called yet. Good morning, please calm down and don't laugh at Amorim yet. Okay,
no, we never reach there. We never reach. When they come,
yeah, Chigozie, I've not reached there, but I don't think anybody's laughing with Amorim because everybody we all
agree in this studio. We give enough time.
Apart from us,
everybody. January.
No. This season we will leave Amorim.
We will leave Amorim. But January.
Next season will start.
We talk January. No, me I know it start.
This season Tiju that.
I no agree. January after transfer window, I don't start the fire. You know what? After transfer window, I'm firing at Amorim straight up.
Okay, Chicos, remember to subscribe to our channel. You can join us here all the time. Okay, Sumto is also saying this imaginary 14-game winning streak is a new coping mechanism for John. Okay.
We hope.
Okay, that game ended 2-2. Haaland scored for the first time in a very long time in the Premier League. He got that goal in the 30th minute to equalize, but Southampton scored. Crystal Palace went again, scored 2-1, but Lewis got a red card. It ended 2-2. So let's see what City. If City, no, John is talking about.
Yes, it was a fight for
John
City.
is talking about this 14 games. Let's see if it's going to happen, because the truth is that for the past 3 seasons they have done it. It's not that it's something that is saying out of ordinary.
For the past 2 seasons, they've done it.
Actually, for the past 4 seasons, actually.
Go check it. Go check the records. Go check the records.
They have done it back to back. So I understand what John is doing. If you do something every year, maybe 3, 4, 5 years, you could expect that to happen every year. But sometimes football is somewhere. There is a point that you people that will know what that your juju will fail.
Even if you look at it the way you are looking at it, for the past that same 4, 5 seasons you're talking about it, they've not lost 4 in a row.
Exactly.
So and we've not won 4 in a row either. But we did it. So
let's see what Manchester City is going to be doing. Pep Guardiola, I don't think he's even bothered about this thing after winning.
I wouldn't be bothered. But for me, my problem with Guardiola is pitch selection. Player selection for him.
You keep playing this guy at the wing.
It's just busting my mind right now.
Nunes
on the flank.
I don't know why.
Savinho on the flank, and then
see the thing is, I just look at it now. If you look at it now, I'm just saying Bernardo Silva, Gundogan is not working.
It's not working, bro. It's not working.
Savinho can go to the left. Bernardo Silva can go to the right. Kevin De Bruyne, where he is in this game, is good. Nunes and Gundogan might work. But we saw last season where he played a John Stone in defensive midfield. Why not just try it again this year?
No, John Stone is still injured now. And
there is no other person in that position that could do better.
So you see the point. Last season is Rodri. They had Rodri and Jones was there. So Stones was joining him in the midfield. So he made it more stable. But now no Rodri, no Stones. So
but for me now, in this lineup now, for me, I'd rather have Nunez alongside Ilkay Gundogan, or Ilkay Gundogan alone in that center like we had the last game when we picked up that way. And then for me,
that last game we still had Ilkay Gundogan and Bernardo.
Bernardo was playing off the flanks. If you saw the game, Bernardo was playing off the flanks.
When the game started, that's what I'm saying. And this was what he was doing in this game too. But you can't keep. If you can do it in the Champions League, you can do it in some games, it works. In some games, it doesn't work because you could see that Crystal Palace were compact in midfield. I think they kind of stopped this my man from creating enough chance. Kelvin, they stopped him enough from creating enough chance, because if Kelvin was free, if he had that freedom of let me not go back and support the midfielders I have, let my midfielders come forward and help me, they would have seen those pocket spaces. But Gundogan couldn't pick up those pocket spaces because he was wary about the people going forward, and the space between the Crystal Palace defensive line was compact. There was actually no space between them, so they couldn't break through that defense. And whenever Crystal Palace hit on the break, they're getting a goal.
Okay, that game ended 2-2. So let's see what Man City is going to do. They need to start winning games, because that in this league I don't think they can do 5 in a row now, but let's see if they can or if they cannot. Okay, let's move on to the game. The last game for the weekend is Manchester United and Nottingham Forest. That game ended 3-2 in favor of Nottingham Forest. This is the first time Amorim is losing a game at Old Trafford. So it's going to be really, really tough for him. It's going to be really tough for him, because nobody cares about all these things you are doing in your what is it called, in the Portuguese league. When it comes to English league, every game is like a war. Okay, if you look at that game, they consider from a set piece again. I think they should start training how to defend corner kicks, because you cannot concede 2. You cannot concede 2 against Arsenal and concede 2 against.
We said it though in the last show when we were talking about their last performance. We said it that they should have somebody work on that for them, because it's not nice repeating the same mistake twice. That means nobody in that coaching backline did anything last week, because if you make a mistake, the bottom line is don't repeat the same mistake twice or 3 times, because it shows that the people who should be working with the team to manage those defensive positioning aren't doing a good enough job, or the players are just pig-headed and they do not want to adjust to what the training is. And for me, that's what it's looking like right now at Manchester United. So I'm not going to call out Amorim on this one. I think the players should just come and collect their big trophy of shame, because they didn't turn up on the day. They didn't turn up at all.
Truth be told, those players turned up, but in set pieces, when you know good, you know good. You get waiting other teams they use better pass you.
But if you look at
packing the bus, leave Crystal Palace get and pass Man City. That's why they get to draw. You get Southampton try pack bus against Aston Villa. They play. You see the lineup, so they play actually 6 defenders. But yet, what happen? They don't still get to win. So there are some things other teams are better than you. And look at the way they set up that set piece. Lisandro Martinez was going for that ball in the first goal. Trust me, if you look at it again, Lisandro Martinez was going for that ball. There was a nudge behind him by yet. And people didn't really talk about it because this is, see, when a set piece is how you set up your players. If you know that this player is going to destabilize your players from getting the goal, a player should be on him to destabilize him from getting the goal. And that was what happened. Yates and Milenkovic Yates and Milenkovic planned it. The way the Salvador was going to for that ball, there was a nudge behind him from Yates, and Milenkovic was free on the air. And before the Yates could react, it's already a goal. So it's just like players had their plan, they have their teamwork. You have a way to get past your teammates and perhaps your opponents and get a goal. And I think for that first goal, it was pre-planned and they did it. They've done it in training. Like Amorim will say, there was not enough time to train. You have a game every 3 days. When you want
what are you doing after 1 month? Still talking about training.
I think
what is lacking is personnel, not actually training, because he has all the boys there. But if you look at the way Onana considered that second goal, that shot was just straight at him. I didn't know what he was thinking. Anyway, even if he stretches out one leg, he could save that ball. But he just allowed the ball just pass it. The ball is almost at the middle of the goal post.
Deflected touch.
Just more deflection. Deflection. What
dive?
If you are attentive and you are not ball watching, that's a save that should have been made. If you are not ball watching, because we keep it's like it's Groundhog Day all over again. We keep going around the same errors, the same mistakes. Players who are ball watching, players who are not running enough, players who are strolling on the pitch, players who are not in the game per se. And it's annoying for me because we've seen this happen a couple of times before, and we are seeing it happen again. Why was he not, having seen this guy, seen what he's supposed to do, what he wants to do, why was he not faster in reacting to that? Because reaction is one of his strengths, so to say. They keep saying that Onana reacts faster than this, Onana does this, Onana does this, Onana does this. Why didn't we see that yesterday? For me, it's not good enough.
Okay, if you look at, let's talk about Manchester United a little bit. I think Højlund has made that starting. He has been
starting. Nothing. There full time.
So I think he's going to be starting because we are talking about if he's there, he's going to start at a lone striker or Rashford or Højlund. But I think this coach Amorim is touching Højlund. Is actually. I think he likes Højlund. Against Arsenal, he played against this game. That is back-to-back Premier League game that he has played. So, but he got the first goal for Manchester United. That was the 1-1 before they went 3-1 down. Before Fernandes scored to make it 3-2. But generally, Amorim, do you think these players can actually fit into his style? Because the problem is, I understand him. If you look at him, he didn't buy these players. So you will not blame him. If you look at all the coaches that have done rebuild, when Klopp came, he removed almost 7-8 players from his starting, what he met to change that squad. If you look at what happened, Pep Guardiola came, he removed almost all the squad. And then I removed everybody. But he removed everybody from that squad when he met. Now at Arsenal, nobody that is in Arsenal that he met is still there. So I think they should give Amorim time. But you need to clear 50% of these players.
He needs to clear 80 or 99.9% of all those players. No doubt. No doubt. He needs to clear them, because for me, you see, when you have good players and then you have 80% of the team being average players, you drop the productivity of the good player. And I'm saying it that we are seeing a decline in Bruno Fernandes based on the people who are around him and are playing with him. It's an unpopular opinion, but Baba is losing it right now because he has to pick up slack for other people who are on wages. How terrible is that you have to do your own job and then you have to go pick up 2 other people's job who are on salary? Is that fair in a structure? Is that fair in a structure? It's not fair in a structure. And then he now catches flack from the fans because maybe he's frustrated, he's angry, he's animated, maybe he misses an opportunity or so, and everybody comes for him. It's not fair. So I think Ruben Amorim needs to perform open heart surgery. And guess what, guys? After that defeat, not close to 2 minutes or 3 minutes after the game ended, they called in Dan Ashworth into a meeting and they gave him his marching orders. This is somebody that they pried off Newcastle and put on 5 months gardening leave before coming into the role in July, and just 159 days later he's out of the job.
I think something is wrong with Manchester United. I don't even know what is wrong with them. But let's see, that game ended. Nottingham Forest. Let's talk about Nuno, because we can talk about Amorim all we want, but come on, Nuno has been doing well this season.
Person wey go Liverpool Anfield way. No, they fought Amorim, now they fought Man United players. This guy went to with this crop of players and went to Anfield and got a result. That's the only loss Liverpool has gotten in Anfield so far this season. And good coach as he be, he's a good manager. He's trying to get something from the season, even if not the top top 5 at least. This man is a manager that wants to coach a small team and go to the Continentals and still play in the Continentals and play good football, because we've seen him do it. I will keep saying it, whenever a good coach does well, you look at his record. Yeah, and for me, Nuno is one of those managers. The way he's organized this team, you get the way he's brought them together, the way he's trying to push them together. They are now like a family. You get these are players. Some of these players played under one of the Premier League legends, and they didn't do well. At some point, they were not even in the conversation of even top half of the table. But now people that are always playing bottom half of the table are now playing for top, not just top half, but top 6 or top 8 competition. So you have to tell me that this man is one of these managers that has done well. His results so far for Nottingham Forest
is fantastic. But sometimes you have to look at it again until you do well. It's not about doing when he did with Wolves one season, he qualified. After that, he fell off. I think that the problem with some of this is consistency, because Nottingham Forest might do well this season. Can he do well next season? That's the problem.
First season, nice performance. So this season, I think, market.
But let's see. I think I like what Nuno is doing with Nottingham Forest. Okay, let's move over to our YouTube, and Cletus will be saying, first of all, let Man U discard Rashford. Man U players are always too relaxed in defending set pieces. Okay, Emmanuel Lokitibi saying, but why didn't Amorim start their defense that played Arsenal?
Same question I'm asking here too. Same question.
Okay,
he said some players are on limited time. He needs to manage the players so they don't go back to the hospital. It's one of those things.
Managing injuries for him, but
he's managing injuries, but when you're managing injuries, also manage results. And for this game, he managed the injuries well, because look at the second half when he saw that.
What is he managing? When he saw his back with injury, so he's not playing.
When he saw that these people are overloading the area, the box team with area balls. They are taller than the players. He had to take out Mazraoui, Delete and Euro, and he brought in Mazraoui and Maguire. And after that sub, Nottingham Forest is not winning another area ball in Man United half again.
Okay, let's see.
Maguire was always on the area balls. Mazraoui was always on the tackles. So none of the area balls got past these two defenders.
Okay, let's see what Amorim is going to do. I think he's still doing testing the microphone, because he needs to work with all the players. He give them the chance.
Yeah.
When they start selling them, because I know in the summer he's going to clear some of these players. And Emmanuel is also saying Mazraoui was their best defender against Arsenal, and yet he kept him in the. Okay, I think he kept him on the bench in the next match. It didn't make sense to him, but I think he's trying to give all the players time, so that if he's telling you to go in the summer, you go clear for everybody. I say you no try. Okay, Chigozie Alexander is saying, as for Newcastle, I think it's time they relieve Eddie of his duties. They really need a quality manager. I'm not bringing him down, but a team that is swimming in oil money, they need to be on.
Please, where is the oil money? Please, where is the oil money? Because what's the last transfer they've done that has been oil money backed? It's just audio oil money. Newcastle is audio oil money.
When FFP slap you, you go understand why Man City face 150 charges.
Newcastle audio oil money.
Let's move on to Sunday games. Sunday games is Arsenal. Let's start with Arsenal. Okay, let's start with Leicester. Leicester and Brighton played at a 2-2 draw. We are thinking that Van Nistelrooy is going to lose his first game, because they went down 2 goals down and they wrestled that game. I think they scored in 2 goals in 5 minutes to draw that game 2-2. Van Nistelrooy is actually performing well in the Premier League. Everybody now saying they should have just given him a small chance at Manchester United. And I supported that they would have allowed him to finish this season with Manchester United, because he had a contract with them.
You guys don't know only effect.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I share the same sentiment.
Allow him to finish.
Because there's no need. It makes his appointment. And look at how it's looking now. Manchester United right now, the recruitment, the management, the ownership, they are looking amateur right now with the way they've gone about recruitment. You want to recruit a manager, you at the end of the season, when you say you are going to do a review, you did a 3-week review, came back. While you were doing the 3-week review, you spoke to 3 managers. 2 were on the verge of being announced as manager. You decided to go the other way and keep Ten Hag, backed him with another 200 million worth of transfers in the summer, and then 4 or 5 games in, you sacked the manager, and then you bring in Amorim, the man you brought in to be the sporting director for the club as well, sacked after how many months, and he's out. Then you recruited 2 assistant managers before you went into the season, both of them out with Ten Hag as well. So for me, I look at it like, anybody who is going to be working in the Manchester United management team now, or anybody they are going to, headhunt to recruit to Manchester United, they already have a bad rap out there, because the retention span of employment at Manchester United management team is poor.
Well, whether I like it or if you sack them, you pay them.
That's the thing now. It cost you 21 million to extricate Amorim from his current contract. It cost you another 4 million to extricate Ashworth. It cost you another 3 or 4 million to bring in Rene and Van Nistelrooy. Put together, this is another 50 million pounds flushed down the toilet. And at the end of the day, you don't have anything to show for it. And go look at Nice. The same template, the same sequence of happened at Nice as well. So it's a callback on the Ineos team, because so far they've not shown what Manchester United fans were expecting.
My own is that you just moved us back to Manchester United. Please, let's stay with Vanessa.
This thing. I just look at like the coach, the what's it called? The board already know what they want to work with. They say they want to rebuild. You want to rebuild. You can't rebuild on interim managers. You can't rebuild on interim managers. And then also leaving was a mutual concept.
It wasn't any mutual. If you believe it was a mutual consent, then clearly you have no discernment. If you believe it was a mutual consent, you don't have any discernment.
Like it says, it's a mutual consent. But more leave my United matter. More talk about Van Nistelrooy. Premier League games 6. He has not lost any game so far. Unbeaten 6. You get. Good result for him, good game for him. The way he's coaching for my Leicester City now, you could see the pattern he wants to play. You could see how defensive the team is. You could see how progressive the team is.
He have not bought any players. So.
He never bought players. Now that's the thing.
Results. You see, the difference is that I like how you guys are going, because you are too. Let me say, you are too easily impressed.
We are not easily impressed. I'm telling you this is the result so far.
Because this result right now, this last 2 results, has nothing to do with RVM. It has everything to do with the solo performance of a Jamie Vardy. That's the truth. Go look at that game. 1 goal, 1 assist in that match to turn the tides around. In the other match that they came away, was it a win they came away with? It was still from a losing position. So while he's looking all good and
his last game was against West Ham United. They start early, they score goals.
All these results is individual brilliance.
Let me tell you.
When we see tactical brilliance, we may know.
John, let me tell you something. How will you expect a coach to win a game if his players don't turn up for him?
No. See,
why is Pep losing games?
Why you know my mind?
Key guys are injured. Simple.
Okay, key guys are injured. Now,
let's say all of them are back. Why is he winning games when all of them are back?
Key guys are not injured anymore.
Your players need to perform. You cannot say that Vanessa didn't do anything with Leicester City.
I'm telling you that. What I'm saying is that your superlatives for Ruud van Nistelrooy are premature. That's all I'm saying. Did they recover a draw where it could have been? Did they recover a point where it could have been a loss? Yes, but I'm telling you, those superlatives they are under-deserved right now, because he has not yet proved his worth at Leicester City.
Okay. Key players are injured for Man City. Let's talk about Leicester City's injury list now. For starters, we have Ricardo Pereira out injured. We have an Abdul Fatau out injured. He's a starter for Leicester City. We have a Harry Winks, who's been a starter for Leicester City for over years now, out injured. These are the 3 players that are out injured. These are key starters for Leicester City. And up front, he's playing an academy graduate in McCarthy. And what's the other guy's name? Canus. that we cannot pronounce his name correctly. Yeah. So you have players that could come up and talk. You see, it's all about tactical intelligence and playability. Is if one work with that, even if you are tactically smart, like Ateta, and you don't have the players to turn up for you, if you're tactically smart, smarter than me, join Pep Guardiola and as we say call him now, Ferguson combine. Let the join the top, and your players cannot turn up for you. You go lose match.
Okay, that game ended 2-2.
So it's
Valencia is actually doing well with Leicester. 2 games for Leicester City, 4 points. So let's see.
I'm here for the action and fireworks.
Well, let's see. I was thinking that he's going to lose this game, but they wrestled back that game 2-2. The other game that happened is Ipswich 1, Bournemouth 2. Bournemouth has been getting points everywhere they go. Now they are actually moving up the table. I like what Bournemouth is doing. They won that game against Ipswich Town 2-1, and Ipswich Town are candidates for relegation too. So let's see if they are going to survive. Before we move on to the Arsenal game, we have 2 more games to analyze. The 2 big boys that played on Saturday, the Arsenal game and the Chelsea game. Okay, let me move to our YouTube and probably read one of the comments there. Emmanuel is saying, "John, till he starts he start losing games, but for now allow Vanessa to enjoy his palliative. He is doing well." And
sub change game now.
You guys are just giving him this off
John, understand this. When a coach is doing well, look at the substitutions he made. The substitutions changed the game.
Yes,
because if you not do that sub, they will still lose that match.
He say, okay,
remove defensive midfielder, remove defenders, put in attackers, and they went on to create chances and they scored.
Emmanuel is also saying, John, don't take away the credit for Vanessa. If they were losing, you would have blamed him. So okay, Chigozie is saying it's a mutual consent. Okay, stop arguing. Okay, he's talking about the guy that was sacked.
Mutual.
The what is written is mutual. So let's take the award.
Go and look at Gary Neville's response to that statement.
Let me tell you something.
Everybody has their own opinion.
Go look at Fabrizio's comment on that statement and we'll come back and have this conversation.
Let me tell you something.
Everybody will have their opinion.
If this company sacks you now, John, and the manager comes and tell the press that you left on a mutual consent and you did not say anything, we will take it the way they said it. You agreed to leave the club, Abi. So leave it that way. Say that
not when he's on gardening leave, though.
Okay, Chigozie is also saying, as for Rude, he is doing good. He's doing a good job. If it were Steve Cooper, he wouldn't have won these 2 games. So okay, let's see what Vanessa is going to do. Okay, let's move on to the next game. Is Arsenal versus Fulham. Arsenal dropped another point, a game for the title race. They are supposed to be in that title race. That game against Everton Liverpool was postponed. So that's an opportunity for you to cover up your gaps. If they have won this game, it would have been 4 points. Like Chelsea won the game, they are now 4 points behind Liverpool. But that game against Fulham, they ended 1-1. And again, Arsenal scored with their back at their Stoke City style of play.
Their corner FC.
For the third game in a row, second game in a row, third goal in a row, they scored with a set piece. But if you look at that game generally, Fulham first shot on target, goal. And Arsenal started fighting back, and that game ended 1-1. Even though Saka scored in almost 90 minutes, he was ruled out for offside, marginal offside for Martinelli.
Yes.
But if you look at that game in general, what do you make of that game? Arsenal is actually losing points.
For me, groundhog day for Arsenal all over again. Partey on the right fullback position. I'm just going to put it out there.
I don't understand. But Ateta is just making everybody. Why are you playing Partey on the right? But it's not working. Say the work. What is your problem?
For me, it's just. I've decided to. It's not my business. Let me just,
Let's worry about your Manchester City.
Yes, everybody should mind their business.
Worry about the Man City
should mind their business right now. Because for me, for Arsenal, it's Groundhog Day yet again. 1, 2, for Arsenal, it's more of the same things we've been saying happening all over again. Number 1, Raya's positioning for that first goal was off. He needs to own it. Nobody will own it for him, so he needs to own it. Because if we look at that, we said something. If you guys caught our podcast, you'd have heard what we said. So Raya needs to own it for his positioning. But for me, 3 key decisions that I made in that match were off. Number 1, taking Trossard off when Trossard is the most competent winger in that side, better than Martinelli. Taking him off in the game fizzled out the attack. I don't think that was the right move to make. Playing Partey in the right fullback position was another one, was atrocious for me. And then thirdly, the general feel of the way they went about the game was not good for me. That's just what I'm saying.
Okay, so if you look at that game, what do you make of that game?
Me, I'm not saying Partey at right back is a no. It can work. It usually worked. It worked last season. It worked to some extent, though it wasn't.
But what's the
consequence? It wasn't to the full potential of the team, because you can't play in a Saka position. You can't play inverting role. You need him to support Saka up front. So when Saka loses the ball, you recover the ball immediately and get to the attack. From the left, it might work if you have Zinchenko, who is good at it, who is good at switching up play and long passes. But for me in this game, I felt like Martinelli could have started. You get, because Fulham will always come forward. And you saw them in that game. Yes, they didn't sit deep and perhaps sit out. They came forward.
In the first half, they sat deep.
They didn't.
That's why they even scored the first goal.
They sat deep, bro. Once they scored that first goal, they went back and went to
when
pass
they scored the first goal. When they scored the first goal,
when they scored the goal, it
after that,
was in the game.
You see, if you had that, a reckless, unpredictable Martinelli, because that's what he is now. Fast, unpredictable. You don't know when he will run. You don't know when he will pass.
Same Martinelli, you call all pace and
now
no brain.
all pace and no brains. He's still all pace and no brain, but without the brains, you know, when person get brain, if you predict something, if you do, it's like a computer system. You can predict what he can do, but when you don't, when he's all pace and no brains, you can't predict his next move. Is he either going to run through defenders, 5 defenders, or is he going to make a pass at some point? So this is the game you need Martinelli. But I'm saying with Partey starting in the right back, you get, it reduces your team to three-man defense. Julian Timber and the rest of them, 3-man defense. Then Partey comes into midfield, inverting from midfield. At this point, you don't need a Jorginho anymore. You get, there's a Declan Rice there in that midfield. There's a Martin Odegaard in that midfield. Martinelli should have started. Trossard should have started as well.
So they should have started with 1-man deficit because Jorginho is in the right back position.
Partey in the right back, Jorginho off.
Mm-hmm.
Martinelli starts.
Then
so Martinelli comes in for Jorginho.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody still plays.
Okay, let's see what happens.
That is something nobody will see coming.
Well, Arteta is insisting that Partey stays at right back when everybody is injured. I don't know why, because for me, he has some players on the bench that you can actually fill that position.
He brought into the side.
For me, Timber should have played on the right back,
mm-hmm.
and then you get in a Kelly to play on the left,
Kelly
or somebody else. Yes, or Tierney. You have players on the bench. It's not like you are bereft of players.
As you pronounce that name now, you go no say that player no get anything for the club again.
I disagree.
That any player, you no get anything for Arteta because
Arteta was one that scouted and signed him and brought him to the team.
He has discovered,
back him up by playing.
He has discovered that he is not a Premier League material.
All of a sudden, after how many seasons?
After one match, he goes back to the hospital.
I think the problem is he's always injured. Okay, Emmanuel is also saying on our YouTube is Arteta is messing with the team. Why move your best midfielder in last match to the right back? I don't know why he's doing that.
For me, it's also saying
Fulham start very deep. Nah, okay, he's talking about
after they scored their goal.
Fulham start big. Even Iwobi was mostly clearing balls in their box. It was an open counter that led to their goal. Emmanuel is also saying Arteta can't call injuries on this match. Tierney sat on the bench against Fulham. Paul Rogers say Arteta is tactically impede and will win nothing at Arsenal. Okay, let's see. Rogers, welcome to the show. I think Bishop Bo is saying after this season he doesn't win anything. They should sack him.
Go, yes. Why is the second most played player in Arsenal on the bench? Why is he on the bench? It's crazy that this is happening.
Let's see what happened. They dropped 2 points. Arsenal dropped 2 points again. Now the title race is actually slipping away from their hands. Let's see if he's going to recover and maybe do 15 games winning streak. If it's possible. Okay, let's move on to the big game for yesterday. It's Tottenham Hotspur versus Chelsea. That game ended 4-3 in favor of Chelsea. In first 15 minutes, 12 minutes, Spurs has scored 2 goals, and everybody was saying, okay, this match has ended.
Butler's FC.
And I don't understand what's wrong with that team. That team has spiritual problem, mental problem, physical problem. They need
psychological and psychedelic.
The problem in sports, I can't even explain it because I don't understand how they lose games like this. Do you understand? Okay, they scored first 2 goals in 11 minutes. They have scored 2 goals. They allowed Chelsea to come back to that game. Sancho scored the first goal. Maybe 2-1 in the first half. Okay, say 2-1 in the first. Okay, let them come back in the second half. Probably they might just defend your lead or something like that. Then their guy Busuma I don't understand why you have to slide in. The guy is not even if it was a goal chance, like he was trying to defend the goal. It's understandable. It's just that guy is almost on the corner flag and you are just kick him in.
Run,
Just clear the ball, clear the
run
guy.
from nowhere.
Reckless move.
And number two, I don't understand. I understand that Angie wants to play an attacking football. Come on, if you are winning 2 games, defend.
See, I will tell you something right now, and I want everybody to pay attention. Number one, you are only entitled to the ego Ange is displaying at Tottenham FC when you've earned some stripes for it. Go look over at Manchester City. You have somebody there who's done it in Spain, done it in Germany, done it in the Premier League, can go any other league in La Liga or the French Serie A or Ligue 1 and do it. He's earned that ego. You look across the pond in the La Liga, you have managers who've done it and done it time and time again. Baba, how market now? You came from a backwater club in Scotland and you are coming here to come and tell us that this is how you play, you can't change it. For what? You are winning 2 goals and you cannot go and conserve your lead. What type of play is that? Number one. Number two is that you are telling the press that this is how you play, you cannot change. It's not a good light for a manager. Number one. Baba, you never win anything for this club. You had a good season. You finished where you finished above Man U, Abi. It's a good season for him. But you've not won anything here. This is Tottenham. This is Butlers FC. You score 2 goals, you conserve and you defend. Why is defending being demonized at Tottenham? Because it's costing them time and time again, and I don't get it.
Okay, let's talk about Maresca. Maresca is somebody, he keeps insisting that he's not in the title.
As he should.
Even after the game, he said that, even before the game, he said that Spurs are the favorite. He won that game. But what do you make of him and the way he's training this Chelsea team? I think he has brought Chelsea back to life. And Palmer, his star boy, scored the 2 penalties. Look at that second penalty. That guy is full of confidence. That guy is full of confidence.
That second penalty, if you ask me, no deserve him.
He deserve him, I bet.
That second penalty, no deserve penalty. Because now they try to tell me now, or they try to preach to me now, say, if I defend my goals, my post 18, make I no make contact. Because now, body to body, you no kick him, you no push him, you just give him small body. You get small body.
What's the difference between small body and push?
Small body na shoulder to shoulder, not the intensity.
It's not about shoulder to shoulder.
That was a soft
small
touch.
Body is a
that was a soft touch, and it wasn't deserved of a penalty.
Small body is a Nigerian invention and is clearly not acceptable in the Premier League, especially in the defense, especially when the opposition team is trying to create a chance for themselves. You call it, what's the difference between small body and a quack and a full push and a shove?
See, if you're going to play in the Premier League, it wasn't deserved. If ask anybody will get sense. Okay. Maybe person with sentimental. If anybody will get sense, he would tell you say that thing no be pay call penalty. It was a soft touch.
And yet it was a penalty.
It was a soft touch and it was given. The first one by Bissouma, it was a reckless challenge. You shouldn't have gone for that dive. You should have gone for that sliding tackle. Like I said against Arsenal, if you had gone for that, this was the same thing. You run a team and position in a way that he doesn't have a chance. Not slide. If you had slid, he would have gotten a red card. Bissouma went that in a red card. I don't know why they give a yellow card safe. You get the way you see it, you call it the way it is. That Bissouma tackle is a straight red.
I don't think it's a straight red.
You get because for me, I will give him a red card because he don't get sense to do that kind of thing. But the second one was not a penalty, but it was given. Fine, you went on to score that penalty. I said good game for Chelsea because for Enzo's goal, that was where I called. After that Enzo's goal, I called Tottenham Hotspur, not even the Butlers FC. If you call it, if let's say they give them an award, if you call them Butlers FC, how can 3 of your defenders and your key defensive midfielder go to mark 1 player and you have only 2 players and you have 4 players in that area? Then you drag Dragusin. After that sub, I just feel like after that sub, bringing in Dragusin, they lost their defense line. Dragusin was off his line, but watching. Pedro Pero was off because behind Pedro Pero was Sancho and the other striker. Then the ball falls into Enzo Fernandez's part. That was where the winning goal came. Not even the penalties that came after. That was where the winning goal came. When the ball fell on Enzo's part, there was nobody to close him down.
Okay, that's the thing. Positional awareness.
So their positional play was just poor. Okay. The whole team, the Tottenham Hotspur team, their positional play was poor. That's what I have to say.
And why was it poor? Because they were overextended in attacking when they didn't need
this one. They were like I said, there were 7 defenders in the box.
That game ended 4 goals to 3 for Chelsea. Chelsea are second on the table. So let's see if they are going to challenge Liverpool and win this title. Maresca keep insisting that they are not in the title race, but they are now in conversation. They are now 4 points behind Liverpool with Liverpool have a game in hand. So let's see what Maresca and his boys and his Palmer is going to be doing. Palmer has scored 11 goals for Chelsea, just 2 behind Haaland and Salah. That boy is going to be a star.
He has a record. He has the 4th fastest path to 50 goals and contribution in the Premier League, and that's good for him because it puts him in a conversation with the likes of the greats in the Premier League.
So Palmer is the star boy now for Chelsea. Let's see what Maresca and him is going to be doing. Okay, let's take a few calls before we just give you result of the NPFL. I know my phone has been buzzing. You want to contribute? Okay, let's take calls. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Name and location, please. Okay, Ike, quickly. What is your contribution?
Our contribution is the second penalty. Your penalty. I don't know the reason why you're not so feeling that person will have sense. I tell him that the people will officiate if the penalty don't have sense. I tell him the truth. The reason why I like John, he say something how it is. It was pure penalty anytime, any day. That's how it is. For John saying that Man City, in January, they will just
win 14 games.
Who made them to be doing that because of injury? All that things are getting. And this season, I don't see those top teams. They don't have injury, so you can't do that again.
Okay.
Can't do that again.
All right.
So for Man U coach, their key career by coming to Man U. I said earlier that he cannot do anything. Even Spoon cannot carry them because the team will follow them. They never solve it.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 58. Okay, let's take calls. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Michael calling from Kalagu.
Okay, Michael. All right, quickly, what's your contribution?
And I know I want to say Alpha.
My boys will play this evening now.
I know. You know, on Saturday you say it's well with the God.
Me, I want to make Tottenham win. See, me, I make una noise. You know, say, as Arsenal lose.
I like the fact that you don't forget.
See, as Tottenham lose now, and Arsenal play draw. You see, say, the area been quiet. So
yes,
you get some kind quiet.
You.
John.
Yes.
Thank you, because you always say something positive. Because that day you tell him that the Chelsea, you see Chelsea winning that match. But it's where you say he's lacking Chelsea. He's well with the life.
You see this noise now. This noise that they try avoid. This noise now they try avoid this week.
Okay.
But all the una well done.
So we don't put you for shame for that one. And very soon, before December, I go sack your coach, West Ham coach. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, let's take a few calls before we move out to the Rangers game, because Rangers won that game yesterday at the Cathedral. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Guys.
Good morning. Fine. Name and location, please.
My name is Leo. I'm calling from Enugu.
Okay, what is your contribution, quickly?
John.
Yes.
Before we start talking about 14 match, we should be at least talking about the next Manchester derby being in the championship. That is Man United and Man City.
No go get hope. Na Manchester derby.
The next Manchester derby by next season will be in the championship.
It's going to be a blowout. Hope you know, because you guys are going to understand.
He's talking about the 13 charges that you people get relegated. That's what he's talking about.
Okay.
And also United being relegated also due to bad performance.
Okay.
Okay. Talking about Man United, I think the worst thing that happened to Man United is the Glazers family.
Thank you.
I think they sold the club to the worst possible people. That's the Ineos. Assuming they sold the club to the Saudis, by now, at least 10 of these boys should have been sold out already. But now, our trainer have already seen this problem. And before he can solve this problem, we're talking about trophy transfer windows. Ineos will never give you that kind of money. And Ineos are not ready to let go of this year. Understand?
Yes.
This is the same thing they are at face. So at the moment, I just feel pity for Amorim because I'm 100% sure he's going to suffer.
Oh yeah.
Before you let the go of all these players, it's going to be difficult.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay, let's maybe take maybe one or two calls, then we fly to the NPFL Rangers International won that game. Okay, let's take this final call before we talk about Rangers International. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
This is Engineer Additional from Classical.
Okay, what is your contribution quickly, Engineer?
My brother, you see the game of yesterday, Arsenal Fulham. I just believe that in that home, because Arsenal is playing with Arsenal, that was sure for me. I just tried to get a point out of that place. Because if you were lose the first half, about 15 minutes, Arsenal is playing Fulham. They can't even enter our own side. To enter the passing line, they were not touching it. Just first counter, Fulham and they score Arsenal. And that will be annoyed to me. And I think that Arsenal need to do something now. We need to work about our wingers and about our midfield. You don't need to change this one today and play this one today. Let it just be stand about what you want to use. And let us be, and that it can give us victory. Because all my plans on yesterday, I believe that that's why I need to take 3 points out of that place. As soon as they were losing it, I just believe on God. Let us just speak, because you know one thing now, as Chelsea is stopping, we don't know the prayer about the challenges for Arsenal to lose the game yesterday. That's what they were take the picture of, but I believe before January, Arsenal can still do something.
Okay, thank you very much.
And that's one. Is it about the Man City?
Yeah.
I'm not doubt about what John is saying. Until January end, why I see that Man City still continue with this situation. Because on January, they always come with their power. Yeah. And anybody needs to be careful.
Okay.
So that's
thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, in the NPFL on Saturday and Sunday, National United 1, Lobby Stars 0, Sunshine Stars 0, Shooting Stars 1, Plateau United is winning Heartland 3-2. Kano Pillars 1, Katsina United 0, Rangers International 1 against Rivers United at the Cathedral 1-0. Abia Warriors 2, Niger Tornadoes 1, Bayelsa United 1, Ikorodu City 0. And the Enyimba game will be played later. But if you look at that Rangers game, Rangers won that game at the Cathedral yesterday. I was in that game. First 15 minutes, Rangers scored that goal and defended and played well and defended. Now they won that game. That goal was called for Collins Ugweze in 15 minutes. He scored that game for Rangers International to give them that win. Then if you look at the table and in the NPFL, Rangers International have moved to third position now, 27 points after 16 games. So first is Remo Stars, 29 points. Rivers United that they defeated has 29 points. Rangers are now third with 27 points. 2 points just below the first and the second. So that title challenge is back on. Title retain, we have to retain that title retention is back on. So let's see what Rangers will be doing throughout the rest of the season. Good game for Ilechukwu, good game for Rangers Nation. Kudos to them. And that yesterday's ticket was free. So whenever you hear that, so please come and support Rangers. Win all the support for us to win this Premier League again. Okay, this is how I'm going to end today's show. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Champions League is back from tomorrow and have other games.
And interesting results happen in the Serie A as well.
Yes, we'll talk about that tomorrow too. Interesting results too, because Lukman scored and they are top of the league. Okay, let's see what happens throughout today, tomorrow, and next. My name is Godwin, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to Vote 104.3.